Hello everybody, Nemy Santos here. As you know, I've made a few videos before this one, but I just want to let you know that those videos that you have seen, they're not like current. They are from last year, okay? So we're currently in July 31st, 2023, okay? So we had a huge time jump. This is the most recent video that there is so far. My first year as an art teacher ended like a month ago. You know, summer is already over. We're going back to school. I'm starting my second year, which I'm really excited. Today, I want to talk about my experience as a first year art teacher. Now, starting with the first topic, I have 4 points, or more than 5 points. I actually have 5 points. The first point that I did, and I think this only would work for people that are doing it for the first year, but it would depend. The first thing that I did my first year, I tried to make my weight, like the weight that I was carrying, lighter that I could. I didn't do crazy stuff the first year. Of course, I did like fun projects and things like that for my art classes, but I didn't do anything crazy. Like, I didn't do field trips. I didn't do many different things. Now, maybe your school district or maybe your school or your principal might require of you to do that kind of thing. I just didn't do it. I kind of got away with it because it was my first year. I was just starting out, and I decided to take it slow to see how deep the waters were before I jump into the waters, basically. So yeah, I did make myself life a little easier that way. So I could focus more on the content that I was creating and the lessons and everything that I was doing. Because yeah, my first year, it was a nightmare. I would stay after school for so many days preparing content, because if it's your first time teaching, you don't have content and you just have to make things out of nowhere, basically. Of course, student teaching helped me out. I did student teaching. If you can, if it's okay with your administration, your principal, make your life a little easier by not doing crazy things the first year. It's just how I think. Point number 2, and I think this is the most important point of all of them. If you don't take anything from this video, I would say take this point, because this is the most important one. You might say, why did I put on the second one? I don't know. It's the second thing that I thought of doing this video. Second thing that I would recommend you to do: planning. Planning is key in teaching. You have no idea. I planned ahead so much, and it helped me a lot while I was teaching. Basically, I didn't ramp into the first day of class and be like, I'll figure it out on the day of the class. Like, no. I didn't do that thing, because I know if I try to figure out the day of the class, I would be lost completely. And the students can feel it. The students can tell when you're not ready. The students can tell when you're not prepared. They can tell and they can feel it. So what did I do? I prepare ahead of time. When we were working on a unit, let's say we were working on a drawing unit and we were doing like a printmaking unit for the following 2 weeks, I would plan ahead. Like, I would make sure, do I have enough materials? Do I have everything that I need? Like, is there enough materials for all the students? Like, what do I need? Are my presentations ready to teach them? Like, I took into consideration everything that I could come up with. Every single thing that could go wrong, I also thought about them. Basically, it's like, you're going into war, basically, and you're trying to predict everything that's going to happen as much as you can. Obviously, there's a limit, right? But I tried to prepare as much as I could so I could be ready when we started that unit. So like either 2 weeks or 3 weeks prior, or even a month prior, I would plan ahead what I would need for that following unit. And that saved me a lot, and it helped me tons. What I try to do, because I don't stay on the weekends here, I go out of town, and I don't like to come back to my classroom and stuff like that. I don't like to work on the weekends. The weekends are mine. I don't like to do work on the weekends, even though I did many times. But as much as I can, try not to do work. I would try to leave everything ready on Friday for the following Monday that the next unit would start, as much as I could. Obviously, some things are not possible because we don't have all the time in the world, and every single district is different, every single school is different, every situation of every teacher is different. It might be different for you, how it is for me, but I try to leave everything ready the Friday before I leave, so I wouldn't have to worry about it throughout the weekend. Now, obviously, I had stuff to do on the weekends. Like even on the weekends, I still have to do my lesson plans. But the more I can prepare over time and leave the weekend to myself, the better. So planning is key. Planning is the best thing you can do. The third point that I have for you, it's you want to stand your ground when dealing with bad behavior. And this I learned like a few months in as I was struggling with some of the students. But what I tried to do is stand my ground. Like if I scold the student for something wrong that they were doing, I would stand my ground, no matter how many times they tried to tell me their excuses or anything, like to kind of get away with it. I was like, you're not gonna make me change my mind. And this was not like this all the time. Like I did give in a few times, but what I try to make sure was, if I know for a fact that this student is behaving, if I know that I have the proof and I saw it with my own eyes, I got you. Like I'm gonna scold you, and I know that I'm in the right, because you don't want to scold a student for something that they didn't do, if that makes any sense. There would be like these students that would be like, they would come out with all the excuses, and sometimes it would throw me off, and I wouldn't know how to come back. So my mentor teacher told me, you know what? Why don't you just tell them, I'm not gonna answer to that attitude, basically, because that's what it is, attitude. You basically don't give them any leverage. If they give you attitude, if they do not comply with you, don't do that. So it's either you do what I say, or I'll give you a referral, or I send you to the office. Basically like that. Obviously, every single kid from every single district, every single place, every single city is different. This might not work for anything, but standing your ground is something that we all teachers should do. We should not give in to the bad attitudes of students, because one is disrespectful, and that is something that we should not tolerate. Point number 4, do not take things personal. At first I would take things personal, but then again, my mentor just told me, don't take it personal, don't take it home, just do your job and that's it. The students might take it personal when you scold them. They might take it personal, they may not, but you do not take it home, because it would be something that I would be keeping in the back of my mind all day, and it wouldn't leave me alone, and I hated that. So every time a student does something bad, I just call them and tell them, hey, it's nothing personal, just doing my job. Like, you don't have to be mad at me for what you did, because it's true, it's their fault, it's not our fault. I had a student once who asked me, do you have any beef with me, or do you have anything with me? And I'm like, this is nothing personal, I'm just doing my job because this and this. And that student actually opened up to me, and he was like, well, you're only scolding me, but you're not scolding these other students. And he had a valid point, and I told him, fair enough, another time I see them misbehaving, I'm gonna get after them. It's really good when you tell them that it's not personal. So do not give in to that, because I feel like when you take things personal, you will get angrier faster. And if you get angry, you lose, basically. Just be as professional as you can. And not only that, make the students feel like they're at home, okay? One of my friends, he works at Houston. He told me that he had this student who got into really bad trouble. And when he came back, you know what he did? He just treated him the same, as if nothing had happened. He treated him the same. And that student later on wrote him a note and told him that, hey, you made me feel at home. That's what we all should be striving to do, making every student feel like they're at home, like they're in a place that they can, rely on us. I had many students who would get into trouble, that would get into things, and I would be cool with them. Like, I wouldn't treat them any less. I had a student who got in trouble once, and I just had a serious conversation, told me like, man, You shouldn't be playing with that. You should take this seriously. And he did. He actually took it very seriously, what I said. And after that, he was very chill with me. Like, so I appreciate that. Last point, ask for help. Literally asking questions or asking for help saved me from a lot of trouble and a lot of doubts that I had. So every time you have a question or something that you're doubtful, ask for help, okay? 99% of the times people will actually help you. Okay, like there's that 1% that people won't help you, and if they don't help you, seek for more help. Like, you are not chained to only the people that are there in your district to help you. You got other people to help you from the internet, from other districts, from professors, from like many different people. So keep that in mind. So that's it. Those are 5 points that I learned from my first year of teaching art. I hope that they help you in your teaching career. If you found any value in these videos, let me know in the comments, and like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. And I'm gonna keep uploading teacher blogs, so I hope they help you. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.